Michelle. That's a Chrysler. That's my mommy minivan. And I love you, Magic. I love you. Have to be nice to you cause, cause they'll show out on you. And mine always show out on me right at my birthday month. So, my birthday is in April. So I'm trying to be extra nice to Magic right now. Every time it's time to get them emissions done, Magic decide to act up, cut up, engine lights start coming on and everything. Been working good all this time. But anyway, I'm gonna do this just for OK Lounge with Gwen Michelle. Hey, Jared Talks. How are you on this beautiful, it's Tuesday. Tuesday morning. I was just gonna say Monday morning, Jared. I'm gonna do this one just for the OK Lounge with Gwen Michelle. Good morning, Boss Lady Denise. I wake up in the morning, thank the Most High. Husband, 7 kids, thought I stopped at 5. A roller coaster ride. German Shepherd by my side. Love the holidays, come along for the ride. If you try to copy this and don't give me my props, I'm a train without brakes. Shot, it can't be stopped. It's the mic you drop. It's the mouth. It's your mouth you drop. It's the mic I drop. I do it all from an Android. No help, no gigs, no props, no team of yes men, not even a laptop. Let's go. Y'all, I didn't cook early this morning because baby Cinco had a dental appointment today. So I did fix him something before I came to the park. His dad is taking him to his appointment. He had grits, eggs, and sausage patties because he's getting a filling done today. So I wanted him to eat something before he go because I know they're going to make him wait 2 hours before he can eat. Raise ya, yeah. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Aaron. Raise your yeah. Y'all, I keep on looking because the people I had parked, some of them must be new because some of them keep looking at me while I'm talking. But a lot of people that come out here all the time, they know me. Sometimes they're speaking. Sometimes they join in. Sometimes when I'm speaking about the Most High, they'll say something like amen or that's the truth or something. But you can tell when some people come out here that don't realize that I'm the one that's going to be talking. I'm the one that's going to be praising with no shame. I've been through too much to be ashamed of what the Most High has done for me. So if you don't like it, sorry, not sorry. I have survived too much and I've been through too much to be ashamed. And that was something that I told the Most High that I was going to do. You get me through this, you love me through this, I'm going to tell the world what you did for me. I'm going to tell the world without hesitation. And when I tell you, when I had that conversation with him that night in my hospital room, I cried and cried. And that next morning I felt so refreshed. My mom called to check on me and I told her, I said, Mama, it's a sense of peace that I can't explain. It was a sense of peace that I just couldn't explain. So, morning. So I will not hesitate. Good morning. So I would not hesitate to praise him after going through so much. I went through speech issues, I went through meningitis, I went through vertigo, I went through thyroid disease, and now to be a cancer survivor, I would be a fool to let somebody silence me about what I went through and how I got through it, how I got over, and who I called on to get over it and get through it. There were times when I thought I was by myself, when all alone, he was right there with me. I might have felt lonely, but after talking to him and after praying, then I realized I wasn't lonely. I would just get a sense of peace over me. Good morning, Shaky Baby. I wanted to You subscribe? Thank you, Jessica. Where is she? Boss Lady Denise. Okay. Thank you. I hope it's the guy just seeing me, but thank you. Today, like I said, I didn't get up and fix Baby Cinco his normal breakfast at 5 a.m. Well, usually I get up at about 5:15, 5:30. Go ahead and get him started with getting dressed, and I get downstairs and start making him something to eat for breakfast. But this morning, since he had a dental appointment at about 10, 10:30, I just waited a little longer to give him something to eat because, like I said, when you leave the dentist, they'll tell you don't eat anything for like 2 hours, and then by then you've been sitting in the dentist's office for like 2 or 3 hours, so you're hungry. So I tried to give him something that was fulfilling so he won't feel so hungry when he leave. But I ask him when he get back how he feel. Cocoa jelly. Girl, I was just talking about magic and I thought about you, but I just didn't say anything. But I rode magic today, my mommy van. And girl, how about I was saying every time my birthday is approaching, your birthday is approaching too, that's when the cars start acting up. I haven't had any problems with magic all year. Nothing. No hiccups, no engine light, no no fluids, whatever, no, everything been fine. Now that April is right around the corner, I already know it's coming. You're Aries, baby. You're at the beginning of April. Okay, I'm at the end of April. I'm at the tail end. But every time your birthday is approaching, that's when your cars start acting up. I wonder if they got it in the like that. I wonder, is it something we need to look into? Why is it? Because my mom said the same thing about her truck. When it's almost time for her birthday, that's when she started having issues with her truck. And I thought about it, I said, Coco Jelly was just saying she was having problems with hers. And I'm April 27th. Yes. Y'all, I feel so good to get out here today. Y'all just don't understand. When you have been to the point where you can't do the simple things that you enjoy, it's the small things that you don't even think about. Just coming and walking in the park, and I can't even walk as far as I used to. I can't do the things that I used to do. I used to do the 5Ks all the time. I did the Falcon Run, the Peachtree Run. I used to do all of that because I used to love to just get out and run, feel good at the end. You get your medals, you get your number, your tag, and it just made me feel good to do stuff like that. But then when I got sat down, I started to miss that. I miss gardening. I miss being out in nature. Yes, walking is very good for us. And I didn't realize how much walking was good for us until I got a little bit older. When I was late 20s, going into my 30s, I started going walking in the park because I was going through depression. And I had kids. I was trying to think of what I was going to do next, what was my next move, because it had completely deviated off of my life's goals when I was younger. My original goals were I wanted to go into the military and I wanted to go to college to study language. And I just really wanted to be a translator so bad. I thought that was like the coolest thing ever, for people to be able to help other people who couldn't quite understand or who needed assistance. I just wanted to be a translator. And I already knew I kind of wanted to be a translator, either in the hospitals or the courtrooms. So, y'all, when I was going into my 30s, I started to look at my life a little differently. Like, whoa, I'm going to be 30 soon, and I haven't done anything that I originally wanted to do. So, what am I going to do with myself? And I started thinking to myself, I was at my healthiest and my sharpest when I used to walk all the time. I used to walk to the store, walk to the Chinese restaurant, walk to the wing spot. I used to catch the train and the bus, walk down to my job. Um, and I worked down in Midtown. I worked downtown, so I used to have to catch like 2 buses and a train to get to my destination. After work, I had to catch the same and go back and walk to my house. So I felt like that's when I was at my healthiest, both mentally and physically. And I went back to it. I started going to the park and walking, even if it was just 30 minutes. You've had those same thoughts? Girl, I was like, what did I do with myself? The time flies, and I try to tell my kids that now. I try to tell anybody who will listen, please take advantage of your time when you're young, because it'll go just like that. And you look up one day and you like, my knees hurt, my back, my neck and my back. And then you're thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, I'm getting older. Did I do anything I was gonna do? So that explains my start in walking and doing the 5Ks. I really started because I was going through depression. I was trying to find myself. That was the only thing that I could do while my kids were in school, because I do have a twin that has autism. So I couldn't work like everybody else because his school bus came earlier. So it's like I couldn't get a regular job because he would go to school at like 9 in the morning, and his bus may come at like 1:30. So there was no job that would take me with those type of hours. And it was very hectic because a lot of people who used to be my friends, a lot of people who used to be close to me, family members, once my son was diagnosed with autism, it's like they stopped coming around. Some people started just calling him bad. Some people were just saying he's like that because you let him be like that. Some people were saying you need to be beating him. You need to beat that out of him. Stuff like that. I had some people telling me that it was my fault that he was autistic. I had people telling me it come from the mama. It come from the mama. And in that moment, I didn't want to hear that. I just wanted to work with him and get him to his best. Thank you, Laura. I try. I had to do shadow work as well, Coco. I had to do shadow work as well, and that's when I started talking about my grandparents a lot. Um, I started working with a practitioner that really wanted me to pull some of that trauma out, and that's when I found out that my safe place was with my grandparents in my childhood. And I missed that type of grandparenting because I don't blame my parents, but I don't think my parents are the same type of grandparents that I had when I was growing up. Like I said, when my son was diagnosed with autism when he was 2 years old, it's like I was on a mission. I bought books. I went to seminars on gut health and speech therapy, trying to get him to speak. Um, we took him to behavioral therapy. I found one that was really good, but we had to drive. Me and all the kids would be in the car, and we had to drive for like an hour just to get him to this specific place that they said they were really good with kids with autism. And when I started doing that, it made me feel like I was pushing myself. It was really hard. It was really hard. But I had to shut out all the noise, all the outside noise, all the criticism, all the stares. Even when we would go into stores or in public or whatever, some people were so bold where they would say things. Like if your child was stimming, my son used to stim a lot, and stimming is like he's doing something that makes him comfortable, makes him feel good. So his stimming was he would be jumping up and down, up and down. And I remember one time we went into the Walmart and he was jumping up and down, jumping up and down. But he wasn't bothering anybody. We were out of the way. And the way we calm him down is we don't scream at him. We don't argue with him. Hello. So with that being said, we had people approaching us saying, you need to do something with him. I went to the recreation center one time because my other son was playing basketball at the time. So we went for practice, and my son was stimming and kind of walking on the bricks. But if you ever seen gymnasts when they're on the balance beam, he was doing it like a balance beam. And we were inside with the soda machines and everything. He wasn't bothering anybody. He was just doing that because it felt good to him. The bricks were very low. They weren't even a foot tall. And he was walking and dipping one leg, walking, dipping one leg. And the people at the park saw him on the camera, and they came out and they were yelling at me. They were just being very mean and rude, I think because they saw that I was by myself with the kids. So what I did, what I probably shouldn't have done, but what I did was call his dad. I felt like a man approaching me and fussing at me was completely out of order. So I called his dad. I said, these people up here being so rude to me because he's stimming. He's walking on the bricks. And it bothers them. So let me slow down, y'all.
I was my friend. I was them friend. I was them friend. I was my fucking friend.
So he was stimming. And he was walking on the bricks and dipping. Okay, Laura, thank you for visiting. No, you're not interrupting at all, but thank you for coming in. I'm just getting my walk in. The conversation is good for me. But and when their dad, because this is my twins, when their dad came up to the park to one of their games, and he also came up there to ask them about that situation, they were so nice to him. They did not talk to him the way they would talk to me. I keep telling people it's very important for the man of the house to speak, because they don't even have to raise their voice. They don't even have, just having their presence known makes a big difference. Y'all, it's a snake over here. It's a snake. I'm glad I'm not walking in the grass. I'm walking like on the path, but it's right next to the grass. So when he went up there, they were, no, it was just a safety issue. It's all, it was all communication. We just didn't understand. He was trying to let them know my son will start stimming even more or start trying to tune you out if he feels like you are being aggressive. And that's how he is. If he feels like you're being very aggressive with him, he will cover one ear and he will start humming. Um, and his stimming will get worse because he's trying to soothe himself. So now you took a situation where you could have just let him do it and let me stand beside him to make sure he don't hurt himself. That's what I was doing. I was standing right there to make sure he didn't hurt himself. And I told them when they first approached me, I said, wait. Because if he sees you're aggressive or yelling, he's not going to stop. You need to stop him. You need to stop him. He's only stimming. And there was a man approaching me. And y'all, when I tell y'all, I was nervous. I was humiliated because we were at the park. I had always taught my kids that the park was the recreation center. I'm going to say that. I always taught my kids that the recreation center was a good place. You meet friends. You learn different things. And that day, that man humiliated me, not only in front of the other parents, but in front of my children. And the ride home was very quiet. Usually when we ride home from the park, we're playing the music, we're talking, we're stopping for pizza. We're stopping for pizza or whatnot. And for some reason, this day, when I was approached, it was already in the middle of when I was going through something else with the schools. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I have been through so much. And to see how people will treat one another and to see how people will bash one another, it really hurts my heart. It hurts my heart because I just don't understand where does that come from. I would never walk up on someone and start screaming at them about their kids or about a child that you could obviously see is on the spectrum, because my son didn't even speak words at the time. He would make sounds, he would hum, he may mimic, he may echo. But I was watching another lady's live this morning, and she was talking about how she was always the strong one, always the strong one. And she said sometimes being strong is not a compliment. And that's what I was thinking. Being strong is not, it's not a compliment all the time. It's okay to build up that strength and be strong, but where's the empathy? Where's the sympathy? Where's the love, the compassion? You want me to just stay strong all the time, but nobody will acknowledge that what I go through and what I do is hard work. It's hard work. Like my mom says, everybody wants to be acknowledged sometimes. I don't want to be acknowledged, but I do want people to understand. It's not nice to just constantly be mean to the point where you can't even grasp how that would make someone feel. That means you lack something. It's something, compassion or something. You're lacking something. I love my family to death. I love my family to pieces. However, I know that I deal with someone that lacks empathy. And when you're with someone that lacks empathy, it's going to come with its bad parts because you have empathy. You love people to the point where you could feel their pain. You could feel when they're going through something. And when you're around other people that don't feel anything, then your feelings are not being reciprocated. Like, I don't know. It's a strange feeling, but when I tell y'all, I had to start going walking every day. I had to start finding time to study something, because that's how I clear my mind, is to study or to read and to learn something new. So I had to find myself something to learn, something to get into that I could do daily for at least 15 minutes. And that's when I got back into my language learning. And I can't go back and do some of the other things that I wanted to do because I just feel like it's just too late for that. And plus, I don't have funds to just go and do. But my original plan before I got pregnant with my twins was to go into the military and go to college. And since I was not able to do that, I try to get it into my kids' head to do what you can when you're young. Because one day you're going to turn around and life has passed you by and you're going to hate that you didn't, not necessarily hate, but you're going to always have that wondering in your head of what could have been if I would have done this. Where would I be now if I would have went ahead and took a chance and took that job? Or what if I would have went ahead and went to college, even if I just took the basic courses for the first 2 years, even if I didn't know my major at the time, if I would have just went ahead and took the basic college courses and then find my major in that, where would I be? You don't want to look back and say, where would I be if I would have, if I could have? Anybody who's young, try to do what you want to do now while you still have the enthusiasm, while you still have the strength, while you still have that. Some people have supporters, some people don't. While you still have that support, if you do, take advantage of that and build yourself up as much as you can while you can. And take the time to love life. Take time to step outside and breathe in the air. Take time to learn how to ride a bike if you don't know how to ride a bike. Take the time to take pictures of the flowers and the trees that you see around and keep it in your phone. Keep it as a screensaver. If you live near a national park or something, make up in your mind, I want to visit that park. We live by a few nature parks, and I wish when I was younger I would have taken advantage of so much that I have around me. So until next time, y'all, gracias por ver. Thanks for watching. Adios. Bye.